Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday. And on the menu for this Saturday, we have Harmful Park. One of the more unique import shoot 'em ups available for the original PlayStation. What kind of taste will this import have? Let's get cooking and find out. Welcome to Harmful Park, the world's premier amusement park island. Or at least it was until mad scientist Tequila Mosquito took it over with his evil forces, bent on world domination. So using our trusty robo-bike, we need to defeat Mosquito and free the people enslaved in Harmful Park. That's the basic premise behind Harmful Park anyway. A unique and interesting shoot 'em up available for the original PlayStation. Only in the Japanese region though, unfortunately. So as I go and start the game, pay special attention to the beautiful sprite animations that we happen to go and be present throughout the game, as there are so many of them, like many unique to each and every stage. In addition to that, enjoy the backgrounds as well, as there are a lot of interesting animations and fine details present there as well. Harmful Park is your basic side-scrolling shoot 'em up. We have 4 different weapons available to us from the get-go. The Potato Vulcan, which I'm using right now. Your standard rapid-fire shot. There's also the delicious ice cream laser. Similar to your normal Gradius style laser or something along those lines. There's the pie spread, a powerful but slow arcing bomb, and the Jetty Boomerang. Homing jelly beams, jelly beans, that don't deal a whole lot of damage, but are still extremely useful. Each weapon can be powered up from level 1 up to level 4. And they also all sport a special weapon. In the case of the Potato Vulcan, for example, we have the awesome and powerful Hot Potato. That goes and deals heavy damage to all the enemies on screen. So all the weapons that we have on the Robo-Bike are food themed, which is something that is infinitely amusing and just downright fun in my mind as the chef. Oh no, I'm trapped! Let's try the special for the pie. Wrong button. Pie and cake. Perfect desserts. So along with having all 4 weapons available to you at all times throughout the game, if you upgrade your weapons, if it's not the weapon that you're equipped with when you die, that weapon will go and keep its level. So that one feature goes and makes sure that Harmful Park doesn't fall into the trap that a lot of other shoot 'em ups do, where as you go and upgrade and get more powerful, one death goes and resets you back to a significantly weak point. Always having all 4 weapons available prevents that from happening. So here we are at the boss of Stage 1. 2 cute blobs going and controlling this inflatable dino. Playing on the default difficulty, though, our little Inflato Dino friend here can't really take a whole lot of damage. And blasting off they go. Between each stage, we go and get a quick results screen and a voiced and animated cutscene that kind of goes and continues the story that I went and summarized from the beginning of the video. Moving on to stage 2, we are at the horror house, with a lot more unique enemies and animations, as we go and have bats carrying bats and zombie elephant things. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be, but we'll go with that. Zombie elephants. Creepy flashlight-equipped ghosts. I thought ghosts didn't like flashlights. Lamp-carrying minions, as well as trumpet-toting flying enemies? But as I was noting earlier, that's definitely one of the fun things about this title, is just the unique enemies that you encounter in each stage. The game itself is a total of 6 stages long. There also is a score attack specific stage, going and bringing the total to 7. In addition to those stages, the game can be played in either single-player or two-player mode, and then there are also mini-games that can be played with multiple players as well. 3 different mini-games, one of them that even goes up to 4 players if you happen to have a multi-tap available to go and use. Now, as there are multiple weapons available, each one goes and has certain strengths and weaknesses, and for a stage where we have enemies that are hiding either behind us or in little nook and crannies that we can't access, being able to go and use something like the homing jetty boomerang is certainly nice. Now here's another really unique section that we go and have. We have this stained glass section, these ghosts breaking through the stained glass. We can't actually deal damage to them. The only way to defeat them is to go and lure them into this maw trap and have it go and eat the ghosts for us. Now we find ourselves at the interesting sub-boss of Stage 2. This heart and this little wedding. Isn't love beautiful? It seems like less of a horror house at this point, as we encounter a weird crystalline cavern and a rather rude Frankenstein with a kitty for a brain? That could explain a lot. So I still haven't shown off the specials of the jelly boomerang. We have an awesome gelatin shield, which allows us to go and run into enemies as well as protect us from enemy shots, but it is only temporary. But my favorite of the specials, which we get to go and show off at the Stage 2 boss, the Parfait Laser. Dealing a wave of deliciousness that can go and defeat any boss. Really fast, at least on the default difficulty. So that's it for Stage 2. Once again, we get our little cutscene. And our heroine's lunches have been stolen by a rude monkey. Monkeys, they're definitely problematic. Alright, well, that'll just about wrap up my look at Harmful Park. So going and covering some of the plus flavors I feel the title goes and has, the game is just full of so much vivid, unique sprite animations. It definitely goes and sets it apart from a lot of other shoot-em-ups that tend to go and reuse enemies and even like cycling backgrounds. Like as you can go and see here as we go through in the back, there's a little mimic that keeps on popping up, a fairy that's getting eaten by a hippo, and other really bizarre things like that. They just happen to go and be present in the background. And it's all a unique scrolling background as well, so we never really go and see the same thing twice. Then weird things like robotic monkeys on locomotive cows. And then there are the extra features that it has as well, the ability that it is multiplayer, and the extra game modes, including the 4-player one that I wouldn't mention. I do apologize for not going and showing those in today's video. A couple potential minuses. The game's scrolling speed is a little bit on the slow side, so the pacing might go and sometimes feel just a little bit too slow for what you're going and looking for in a high action shoot 'em up. And then for going to having some voice acted cutscenes, the voice acting isn't stellar, so your mileage on that one could go and vary. Then not so much a fault of the game itself, but unfortunately it had a very small print run, so if you're actually looking to obtain a physical copy, expect to go and pay quite a bit, as copies that are available go for upwards of $300 to $400 these days. That said, it is available on the PSN for the PlayStation 3 via the Japanese PSN. So if you're looking to obtain a copy of this one, that's one possible inexpensive route you can go and take. And if you like wacky and bizarre shoot-em-ups, then I definitely go and recommend giving this one a shot, as there are far more positives than negatives that I can point out for this one. Anyway, thank you so much for coming out and joining me today on Shoot 'em Up Saturday. If there are any other shoot 'em ups you recommend I go and play for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, I'd love to go and hear your recommendations, so please leave those in the comments below. Once again, thank you so much for joining me today for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and I hope to see you again next week.